everybody, this is Nez, and it's October the 3rd, so it's the third day of Inktober. Today's theme is poison, and I wasn't really sure where I was going to go with this one, so I thought of the idea pretty last minute, but I thought it'd be nice to have sort of like an alchemy set and kind of just doodle my way there and have a lot of detail in the background and then have it all lead to this corner which is going to be filled in with black and have a little bottle of poison with like some steam coming off and scary patterns. So just before I start talking about a bit more about my process, I noticed in the last video, because like Inktober is a much more popular thing on YouTube than I thought it was. Like my most popular video so far is the one I uploaded yesterday on Divide, and I wasn't expecting it to do so well, but a lot of people are saying that my narrations are quite, like, I'm a bit camera shy and I do stutter a lot, I know. It's like I've had a problem with stuttering for quite a long time, and I did actually see a speech therapist when I was a bit younger. It's mostly just like nervousness, not being able to think through like what I'm about to say, which causes it. So I hope it's not too much of a problem in my videos, because it will gradually get better as I get more used to talking in front of a camera, but until then you guys will just have to put up with it, so I'm sorry about that. Well, actually not really, I can't really help it, and I don't like apologizing for things which I shouldn't apologize for. But anyway, process. So with my process, again, I just started with drawing in a pencil outline, but I kind of just put in the main things in pencil, and the rest I just doodled with ink later on. But the main feature of the piece is the right hand side, which is the black ink corner and the little vial of poison, and it's got vapor coming out of it, and there's like a skull hanging above it. So I started working on that side first, and I just inked everything and added some of the textures. I really need to work on my textures, they can be a bit basic sometimes. And then because like I knew that adding in the black would change it a lot, and I didn't want it to be imbalanced, so I added the really solid black ink directly after doing that, which you can see me doing in the video right now. And I've used it in a couple of my other pieces, which you can probably see on my Deviantart, and I really like the effect it gives. I'm not sure I completely used it to its full potential in this piece because it feels a bit segmented, but I love adding in solid dark backgrounds. It just makes it look so dramatic, I guess. For the rest of the artwork, I had a couple of files which I knew would go in there, but otherwise I kind of just randomly doodle in like pipes and burners and the test tubes and files. I don't really know the names for all of them, but yeah, so it was quite fun. This artwork did take a lot longer than I thought it would. I guess because there were too many details. I guess I was aiming for all of the Inktober drawings to be around half an hour or under them. So the first one was about 40 minutes, which is still fine, and the second one was 25, which is great because it's just under. But this one took, I think I had 57 minutes of footage, so that's almost an hour, almost double the amount which I needed. But that's okay because it is by far the most complex out of the Inktober drawings I've done so far. It's only the third day, but I guess this would be good in training me to draw faster as well, like especially with pen, because sometimes it's quite tedious. You can rush it, but then when you rush it, the line quality is not nearly as good. It was quite challenging with this one because I only drew a little bit in with pencil. I didn't completely draw everything in pencil before I inked it, because the rest of it I kind of just improvised. And sure, there were quite a few mistakes, like a lot of lines were crooked, but it was interesting trying to learn how to fix them. And eventually they sort of all blend in, and that's what I really like about this artwork and this style of drawing, because it's very spontaneous. And I think the final artwork, I'm quite happy with it, especially the right hand side. I think it makes a really good focal point, so I'm quite proud of the composition, and the idea was pretty cool as well, I think. It digresses a little bit from the steampunk thing which I was trying to stick to, but that's okay, because it's still kind of steampunk. It's still like technology and science and fantasy all mixed together. So I think that still counts. And it's got the vague aesthetic, even though it doesn't have gears and everything. But anyway, I digress. So I was happy with the composition, and I like how it's really strong on the right hand side and it kind of dissolves, and like there's less and less detail as it goes to the left. I think that really works for it. Although I was expecting the background to be a little bit more detailed, so it would almost just be like a clutter of pipes. And I guess it is that a little bit, but I figured like that all of the white space would be taken out. But I think this actually works better because it makes the focal point a lot more dramatic. And you will see me turning the page upside down. It's just because I tried to keep it straight, but it's really hard with ink, and especially because I didn't draw in anything before. Well, I drew a little bit in before, but not most of it. So that made it a bit difficult. Now I keep talking about the way I do steam because I figured out this technique recently, which I really like to draw steam, but I used a different technique this time and it also worked really well. Well, actually I used two different techniques. In the middle you can see sort of cloud steam, which is the one I used to do, and then on the right hand side it's kind of almost like ribbony, and it doesn't exactly look like steam, but I really love the effect. I think it's really stylized and nice. A couple of things which I didn't like about this that I haven't mentioned already. The skull, both of them actually. There's one on the poison jar as well. I wasn't using a reference, so I sort of just made it up, and it looks like it's recognizable as a skull, but it looks a bit dodgy. But that's okay. So that basically brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and if you really liked it, subscribe to me, and if you want to support me, because I'm really hoping to gain a grounding in art, at least when I'm old enough to, consider supporting me on Patreon, because I desperately need supporters. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you tomorrow in tomorrow's Inktober video.